All right, so the Alabama Crimson Tide dominate Mississippi State 49-9. This was a much better outing compared to what we had last week. I felt like we were way more efficient on both sides of the ball. I felt like Bryce Young was very efficient. He was 20 for 28, 300 yards, over 300 yards. John Mechie had a much better game compared to what we've seen from him last week. Our running game was a little bit better. We still need to be better on the offensive line. I felt like in the first half we did not get the pushes that we needed. Darren Delcourt had a horrible game. I'm sorry to say it. Darren Delcourt did not have a good game. Emil Ikior, kind of the same thing, did not have his best game tonight. I definitely felt like Chris Owens had a very good game today. Evan Neal was great. Javon Cohen is always good as usual. So we need to get better on our offensive line. We need to be more consistent on the offensive line. I feel like that's the biggest factor here. Offensively, again, I felt like we did a much better job of piling drives and finishing drives. That's the most important part. Not settling for field goals, getting those touchdown drives. But again, it starts up front. We need to get better on the offensive line. We let too much pressure happen. And also, Bill O'Brien, can you please be more creative when it comes to your passing play calling designs? Damn it! I swear, it's like 3 or 4 routes. It's like 3 or 4 plays that are just very easy, very predictable. When Jamison Williams runs a route, he runs like 2 or 3 routes. Everyone knows he's either going to be running a crossing route, he's going to be running a crossing route or a curl, or potentially a go. Jesus, we need to be more creative with our play designing. Damn it. For this game, I give Bill O'Brien credit. Jamison Williams, he ran more than 3 routes this game, but we need to be more creative with our passing plays, man. Mississippi State did for the most part, they did a pretty decent job of taking away our reads. And Bryce Young had to take off for a minute there. Again, I just felt like we wore down Mississippi State, but we need to be more creative with our play calling designs. Please, Bill O'Brien. Damn, I wish we had Steve Sarkisian back. But focus on the defensive side of the ball, that's the most important part. We were a lot better. A lot better. Mainly Will Anderson. 4 sacks. And he could have had a lot more in this game. Our defensive line, I feel like, did a much better job of getting pressure to the quarterback. We did struggle a little bit in the first quarter, but I'll give Pete Golding credit for this. He just dialed it up. He said, you know what, screw it. We're not going to drop 8 guys back into coverage. That's not working. They're shredding us apart. We're just going to blitz. And that's what they did. We would send 5, 6, 7 guys at a time. Will Rogers couldn't handle the pressure. Just couldn't handle the pressure. He did get hurt on one of the plays, I think, early in the first half. Seemed like the shoulder wasn't bothering him that much. But we did a great job affecting Will Rogers in this passing attack. It's not an easy offense to stop. They are a passing team. I don't really like the whole drop 8 or 9 guys into coverage type of thing. I'm not a big fan of that. We don't have the best pass rush in the world, so we really can afford to sometimes rush 3. So we decided to give our defensive line help. We decided to send some corner blitzes, some safety blitzes. We blitzed our star a lot this game. But mainly Will Anderson was just a freak show. He was absolutely phenomenal tonight. Our linebackers still need to play a little bit better. There were times where we missed tackles. There were times we were out of position in certain coverages. But we need to be a lot better. We need to be a lot better in our linebacking position. That is a very, very key role. Our inside linebacking position, that is a key unit in order for us to get to where we want to be at. Our secondary played a lot better this game. We did start Daniel Wright instead of DeMarco Hellams, and you can definitely see the upgrade. Daniel Wright he did whiff on tackles, but he was home. Mainly he was around the football, and he made some good plays on the ball as well. I'll give Josh Jobe credit. Had an interception, had a decent game for the most part. Jalen Armour-Davis was targeted a lot in this football game. Had an okay game for the most part. Jordan Battle, man, played with an edge. He was a lot rangy today than I've ever seen him play. He did a good job playing against the ball, had a couple of interceptions. I just felt like Jordan Battle had one of the better games I think I've ever seen him play at Alabama. And again, he's not a Ed Reed caliber type of player. He's more of an in-the-box safety. But the fact that he was able to make plays on the football, that's huge for us moving forward. I think that can build some confidence for our secondary. That can build some confidence for Jordan Battle himself, because we don't need just run stuffers or guys that can just play in the box. We need guys that can play in zone. We need guys that can play on zone. We need guys that can cover the field. and that can cover the back end of the field, and that's what we need. So I'm very excited that our secondary was able to make some huge improvements, especially against this passing offense, this air raid offense, which is Mississippi State with Mike Leach. Overall wise, do I feel like we could beat Georgia right now? No. I mean, I'm not going to take it as far. This is Mississippi State, and I really even should be saying that because Mississippi State did something that we couldn't even do, and that's beat A&M on the road. But this was the first game of the year that we actually played a very dominant game on the road, in a very hostile environment. We did not let the crowd in the game. We rarely let them in the crowd. Probably the first quarter, that was about it. But we did a great job taking out the crowd this entire game. And it's great because I'm so tired of hearing those annoying-ass cowbells. But, yeah, loved our performance today. We were a lot better. When I get bored watching a game, you're doing your job. You're doing your job if you're bored me. If I'm just chilling out, relaxing, just having a good time, man. Cooking food, setting up Squid Game, and probably watching season 4 now. So yeah, you're doing your job, Bama. You're doing your job. So I'll give you credit for that. Much better game for Pete Golding. I'm not on the Pete Golding bandwagon. I am not hopping on it at all this season. I am still not the biggest fan of Pete Golding. If you guys want a video of why why I can give you something of why I don't like Pete Golding, I will definitely make a video on it, and I would definitely give you my reasons why I'm not the biggest fan of Pete Golding or Bill O'Brien as well. Because again, I just told you with Bill O'Brien, he is not a creative play caller at all. Anyway, very dominant win. We're on the road. We're back at home against Tennessee. Tennessee's playing a lot better in the kind of their stretch in this kind of early 3-4 game stretch right now. So we'll see what happens. But we need to keep this up. We need to keep the momentum going. We still got a long season. We got Tennessee, then we got the bye week, then we got LSU, we got Arkansas, and of course we got New Mexico. I forgot who we play. We play some type of FCS school, lower Division 1 school, and then we play Arkansas and then Auburn, and then we have, of course, we can get through those games. We're playing Georgia, so we got to play a lot better. But overall wise, pleased with the performance. Very pleased with the performance. But anyway, guys, Jan Sports, aka Jan716. I'm probably going to go to bed. But I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.